the show which does exactly what it says on the side of the dented tin. And with plenty more crashes coming up in this part of the show. If you've watched Crash before, then you'll be aware that rally drivers like to crash their cars more than anything else. Just look at the evidence coming up, and you have to admit, we have a fairly damning case. And that's just to get us warmed up. Now the finish line is just around the next corner. I rest my case. Here's David Higgins, and he's about to practice crashing.
Den left three narrow to 30.
There's nothing quite like the real thing, and if you haven't quite sussed out what's about to happen...
On the scene, let's fast and give it off.
Then you're watching the wrong show. That is three-time British champion Mark Higgins. Now let's watch that crash again, but from inside the car.
Coming around a left-hander, just seemed to get round the bend, then suddenly the front disappeared. I know it sounds weird, but it did, and tried to correct it, rattle it down the road, and then ended up in the ditch and no way getting out. Very lucky it wasn't a bigger crash. My fault, totally.
And here's a couple more.
Continues north over crest, it's right. Take 70 over crest, turn 3 right, turn over 3. Yeah, okay. Right, okay.
Here's David Higgins, still practicing his crashes.
150.
Back again with David Higgins.
120.
And you know what they say, practice makes perfect.
Easy left, 85, chicane, turn left 2, and right 1.
Another near miss coming up, but nothing will prepare him for what's ahead.
Left 2 right, 500.
Next up, the stuff of nightmares. This tractor is heading along a rally stage and a car is on its way.
Into right 2 back.
We ride with David Higgins, totally unaware that there's another vehicle on the road.
He turned right 2.
As he rounds the bend.
Turn right 2, yeah.
All the years riding, I've never seen anything like it. Came over a flat-out crest in 5th gear, and the JCB coming towards us with its bucket down and spikes on the front, and we had to swerve down the ditch. Almost hit some rocks and things, but then obviously you get back on the road, and yes, you lose time avoiding it, but then every crest and every time you can't see over the next bit of thing, it just totally unsettles you. So absolutely unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it before.
Now we turn to motocross. Waiting for the gate to go, and away we go. Oh, great start by Mike Brown. Gareth Swallow alongside so too. Tommy Searle on the inside. It's going to be Mike Brown who leads. Oh, down goes Tommy Searle. 1, 2, 3 bikes are down. 4 bikes then as Coleman's down, so too is Swanepoel. Unbelievable. Jamie Law as well on the Suzuki, but they're picking themselves up. Down goes Adam Chatfield. Talking of concentration, Jason. Seems all right though.
Yes, he's buried the bike a little bit in the paling fence in there, but it's going to take a little bit of retrieving, I think, for Adam.
Lewis Gregory still holding off the attentions of Mike Brown on the Honda, but down goes Mike Brown. Oh, down goes Christian Watley on the KTM, but he's up in exactly the same place we saw Adam Chatfield go. It's often said the two certainties in life are death and taxes. Well, there's a third, and that's a first corner crash in any motocross race. Oh, Mike goes down. Someone has dropped it. That is Martin Barr. So disaster for Mike Barr. Oh, and that is 34 and 24. Sean Simpson and Tom Church. Sean Simpson and Tom Church come together. Well, looks like a clean kind of start for everyone. Oh, spoke too soon. We've all heard of the domino effect. Well, now we're watching it. Remember James Noble? He was the guy on bike 16 who'd only travelled a few yards before crashing his bike. This time, he managed a little bit further. Same result, though. Sometimes you can find yourself in a little bit of a tangle. Motocross crashes come in all shapes and sizes. Some of the time they're fairly straightforward and not too painful. Sometimes they're downright embarrassing. Let's dip another toe into the British Rally Championship, and just because you're the best, it doesn't mean you have the right not to crash. This is champion driver, Guy Wilkes. Got to keep repeating that performance. Oh, didn't take that bigger cut on the left there. Oh, no, got it late. One, oh, big impact and rain, then that becomes quick. Darren Gas is really looking cool. Oh!
Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed.
Let's take a look at it again. Damn Gas down through here. Just carries a bit too much speed. Chucks it in on the left and over she goes. Light roll. Breaking it.
A little bit second hand.
Yeah. Oh, no back screen in it. The bumper hanging off. But it's superficial.
Fast cars, high speeds. You know what's coming next. The FIA GT Championship is one of the most glamorous series in the world. Ferrari, Aston Martin, Porsche, they all have the right to crash. A lot of the time the drivers retire due to a harmless spin. And when you consider how expensive these cars are, then that's the way to go. If at first you don't go around the bend, try going through it. The Zolder racetrack, and thankfully for the driver, another cheap and relatively harmless spin. See, they know it's not wise to crash one of these babies. You'll not only hurt yourself, but possibly your pocket as well. You know they're not going to get that out by themselves. And remember, it's always cheaper to park a Porsche than crash one. There's always someone around to lend a helping hand. The trick is always keep your distance.
Solid move made by the Ascari, but taps the 34 car into the gravel and follows in it himself. So that's not a clever move. That will eliminate those two fairly quickly.
Remember the phrase, 2 into 1 don't go. Yet again, the mighty sports car is humbly taken care of by the majestic tractor.
What's he trying to say there? Is that
Yeah, I wouldn't like to repeat that on live TV.
That's not a good place to do it either, is it?
No control, nothing you can do there.
With all that power underneath the bonnet, it's not surprising that occasionally it's hard to control. As we see demonstrated time and time again. You can dig yourself into a hole, but sometimes you just can't dig yourself out. And with that, we say farewell for now. Let's see you again very, very soon on the next episode of Crash.
And Alan McNish is very close to catching up these two cars. And out goes Marco Werner to take the lead of this race. He's got ahead of the Peugeot. Alan McNish is now third in the P1 class. And all of a sudden, the number one car is in contention as we get the green flag. Audi leading Peugeot, leading Audi. Penske Porsche leading the P2 class, and we're on for a dramatic finish to this race. Oh, and we've got a huge crash at turn 12 again. 8.5 hours in, and that is the 26 car of Montany, who's been involved with two other cars.
One on the right, one on the left, one in the middle,
And it was the 46 Flying Lizard Porsche of Patrick Pilet that's hit the 30 Intersport car. The Intersport car was stopped on track. Pilet came round the corner and went straight over the left-hand side of it as it was facing the wrong way round. And then Montany, here we go then, the Intersport car stopped on track. Pilet comes round, has no chance to avoid it, hits very hard the front of that prototype, and Montany, right in the centre of your picture now, comes through with one headlight, hits the debris, and is a complete passenger in that.